So, good afternoon. We're from Group 2, and today we'll be presenting about ethical challenges in an evolving digital communication era, a journal review. My name is Reynald HENDRAWAN. My colleagues are IVONNSYA and MERIAME. Table of content. The first one is introduction, and then the body of the paper, and then the conclusion and suggestion. Chapter 1, Introduction. The research targeting public relations professionals in the US and Canada provide a profound insight into the prevalent ethical challenges within the industry, offering implications for professional practices. The findings highlight a significant portion of respondents encountered ethical quandaries within the past years. Among these professionals, nearly a third face such challenges multiple times, with notable disparities across demographics. Male respondents, particularly mid-career leaders in the USA, reported encountering more ethical challenges than their counterparts. This raises intriguing questions about the impact of gender on the challenges and the sources of ethics, especially considering that a majority of the ethics trainings is provided by professional organizations where women constitute a significant portion of the membership. This suggests that continual education and experience play pivotal roles in fostering conscientious ethical practices within the industry. This study acknowledges certain limitations, particularly in respondent demographics, where ethnic groups and seniority levels were underrepresented. Addressing these limitations, further research should explore why Canadian practitioners receive less frequent ethics trainings compared to their US counterparts, and delve deeper into the nuances of digital ethics. The problem formulation, first, is what is the frequency and nature of ethical challenges faced by PR professionals in their daily work? Which specific ethical dilemmas arise from the use of digital communication practices in PR? And what are the primary resources utilized by PR practitioners to handle ethical issues encountered in their work? And how effectively are ethics integrated into PR academic programs? And what enhancements can be made? The purpose of this research is to find the frequent and nature of ethical challenges faced by PR professionals in their daily work, and to find specific ethical dilemmas from the use of digital communication practices in PR, and to find out the primary resources utilized by PR practitioners to handle ethical issues encountered at work, and to find out how effectively are ethics integrated into PR academic programs and what enhancements can be made. So for the paper overview, in this article from a publication, Ethical Challenges in an Evolving Digital Communication, Coping Resources and Ethics Training in Corporate Communications, Meng, Kim, and Reber explore the complex ethical terrain that modern digital communicators must navigate. The writers most likely analyzed the complex ethical conundrums brought about by the quick development of digital communication platforms in business settings. This article goes into detail on the coping mechanisms that professionals have at their disposal. When facing these difficulties, in addition to conventional ethical principles, these tools could include specialized training courses created to provide corporate communicators the know-how and tactics they need to successfully negotiate morally challenging situations in digital communication. Through examining the relationship between developing digital technologies, moral quandaries, and solutions, this research hopefully advances the knowledge about how businesses can strengthen their moral frameworks and enable their communicators to uphold moral standards in a fast-changing digital environment. The novelty and concept of this journal. This journal's novelty first comes from its emphasis on moral conundrums brought about by the changing nature of digital communication in business enterprises. People and organizations must frequently negotiate ethically challenging situations such as new platforms and technology introduced. To address ethical issues in communication practices, this article probably looks at these conundrums and talks about coping strategies or tools that professionals may use. The underlying premise of the concept is that Corporate communicators have ethical obligations to grow along with technology. It probably also covers how businesses may put ethics trainings programs into place or create coping mechanisms to deal with these issues and maintain moral standards in their communication practice. In the end, it seeks to highlight how crucial moral behavior is to business communication in the digital age. Chapter 2.
The next, chapter 2, body of the paper. So for the theory review, the study concentrates on the emerging moral dilemmas in digital practice, the tools used to resolve moral dilemmas, and the initiative taken by public relations specialists to pursue communication ethics training. According to the study, there are many different ethical concerns in digital operation, and over 60% of professionals asked said they encounter them in their day-to-day work. The findings also showed that professionals cope with ethical challenges by using a variety of resources. These resources include their own personal values and views, as well as the ethical rules of practice of professional groups and their organizations. In addition to saying that they frequently face world dilemmas, more than 85% of professional polls said they have taken part in communication ethics training. But only 30% of individuals said that they had received ethics training during the previous year. The study offers compelling proof that in addition to presenting new opportunities for content delivery in corporate communication, the digital communication environment also raises greater ethical questions. Professional association and organization will make an effort to give PR specialists at all leadership levels within and outside of corporate communication timely ethical training. So the next methodology review, in order to look into the ethical difficulties that public relations practitioners confront in the current digital communication environment, the author performed an international online poll in Canada and the USA. To ensure a more representative sample, the author specified a number of demographic quotas in the sampling strategy. There are 1,046 full-time employees in the public relation and communication fields within the final sample. The investigation centered on the emerging moral dilemmas in digital practice. The tools utilized to address moral dilemmas and the endeavors of public relations practitioners to pursue ethics training. The study offers compelling evidence that while it generates new opportunities for content delivery in corporate communication, the digital communication environment also poses greater ethical issues. Professional groups and organizations will work to ensure that public relations practitioners at all leadership levels within and outside of corporate communication can get timely ethical training. Next, the paper analysis. Concern over ethical issues is developing in the rapidly changing digital communication era. In corporate communication, the digital communication environment presents new content delivery methods in addition to increasing ethical problems. Professionals who were polled stated that they encountered a wide range of ethical dilemmas in their daily job, with over 60% of them citing ethical dilemmas as a problem. When dealing with ethical difficulties, professionals draw on a variety of resources, such as their own personal values and views, personal assertions, and ethical codes of practice, and organizational ethical standards. More than 85% of professionals who responded to the poll said that they have taken part in ethical training in communication, but only 30% of participants said that they had received ethics training during the previous years. The ethical problems of digital communication encompass concerns about security, privacy, and trust, in addition to the demands of accountability, openness, and responsibility. The use of intelligent artificial intelligence and the creation of a global ethical digital environment are also crucial factors to take into account. Public relations practitioners must stay current with appropriate ethical practices in digital technologies in order to meet these difficulties. Organizations and professional groups will make an effort to formally train PR practitioners in ethics at all leadership levels, both inside and outside of corporate communication. So the next professional in public relations should also be conscious of the ethical ramification of the choices and actions they make in the context of digital communication. According to Elliott and Spence, 2017, they ought to be able to recognize ethical dilemmas and apply moral concepts to their job. Additionally, they have to be able to explain moral dilemmas to the general public and their stakeholders. Furthermore, social media and other digital technologies should be used by public relations specialists and in an ethical, successful manner. They ought to be able to interact politely, openly, and trustfully with their audience. Additionally, according to Elliott and Spence, 2017, they must be able to track and evaluate the success of their communication plans using digital technologies. Lastly, given the digital communication environment, public relations specialists have to be able to work together with other professionals in order to create moral standards and best practices for digital communication. They ought to be able to collaborate with other experts. In order to effectively address ethical dilemmas in the context of digital communication, they need also be able to collaborate with other experts. In conclusion, ethical issues are becoming more and more important in the dynamic age of digital communication. Public relations specialists must be knowledgeable with current ethical practices as well as digital technologies. So, in the context of digital communication, they ought to be conscious of the moral ramifications of their choices and behaviors. They ought to be capable of making morally and successful use of social media and other digital technologies. So, in order to create moral standards and best practices for digital communication, they need also be able to work together with other experts in the field.
So, chapter 3 is for the conclusion and the suggestion. Next. So, for the conclusion, this research sought to unravel the multifaceted landscape of ethical challenges confronted by public relation professional, delving into the intricacies of their frequencies and nature. Through a meticulous examination, it vividly illuminated the pervasive nature of these challenges, underscoring their intricate connection to the evolving digital communication practices within the PR domain. So the study meticulously dissected the specific ethical conjuries arising from digital communication methods, offering a comprehensive understanding of the complexities that stem from this dynamic landscape. Moreover, it highlighted the diverse array of resources leveraged by PR practitioner to grapple with this ethical predicament, providing valuable insights into their decision-making processes. And the study passionately advocated for a transformative shift in PR academic programs, urging for a substantial enhancement in the integration of ethics. And it emphasized the critical need for aligning the theoret- theoretical education with practical, real-world ethical consideration, ultimately fostering a more ethically conscious and adept generation of PR professionals. So for the suggestion, um, we can suggest to implement regular and standardized ethical training programs tailored to PR professional across various hierarchical levels and geographical boundaries. These programs should specifically address the evolving digital landscape and provide practical guidelines for navigating ethical challenges. Then we can also suggest to advocate for a more robust integration of ethical consideration within PR academic programs. So it includes case studies, reward scenarios, and interactive modules, for example. Then we can encourage the development of industry-wide guidelines that address ethical challenges posed by digital communication practices in PR. Encourage also and fund further research endeavor in PR ethics. Promote professional organization involvement in fostering ongoing ethical discussion and foster collaboration between academia, industry, practitioner, and regulatory bodies to ensure a holistic approach towards ethical consideration in PR. So thank you for listening, and that's